Yo. So listen, I think it's important when we realize that a relationship is no longer feeding us, it's no longer working out, and we no longer want it, that we leave with our hands clean, right? That we give the spouse, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, a fair handshake all the way through, right? Because we're talking about integrity here. But especially with a marriage, because when you make vows to your wife, you're not just making them or your husband, you're not just making them to your wife or your husband, you're making those vows to God. You're telling God, you're promising to God that you're going to stick together for better or for worse, to death do us part. You're saying that we're not going to even break up, no matter what, right? But things happen. We know that people end up getting out of relationships, but what most people do, a lot of people do, is that once they stop getting what they need from the person, then they stop giving. They stop giving their time, their patience, their love, their care, and they really stop working out the problem. So if both people give up at the same time, that relationship is pretty much over, right? But there's still a way that we should move, even when you say, I don't want this no more, they don't want you no more. Maybe somebody cheated or violated the terms of the marriage, but that doesn't mean that we should go and do the same thing. Like, if what they did is so horrible and it hurts you so bad, why would you allow yourself to justify you doing equally wrong? Why not just wash your hands and be through the marriage, file for your divorce, and keep it pushing, or go through counseling and try to work it out? So there are options. But what ends up happening is that people get hurt. They decide that, or they feel neglected in some kind of way. They feel unappreciated. And then here comes the other person. Some people could argue that the devil sent this person. I don't know. But you meet this person. I know that God is not sending you nobody while you're still married, because God is a God of order. Even if that person is so good, God don't want them running into you until you're untied, because he'd be doing them a disservice sending them you when you're still tied to somebody else. That don't even make sense. But we like to, there's scripture in the Bible that says that there's a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof is death. And I don't think it just means like a physical death. I mean, it means like death of relationships. Like, it could rub your children the wrong way, how you might be treating their mother or their father. And so there could be a death in a relationship there, where you may lose that trust that you have for your child, that respect that your child have for you, right? Because, you're not moving right. But, we meet the other person makes us feel good. And we just want to be with this person so bad that we're willing to risk it all, to get with this person and just move about it the wrong way, when really all you have to do is file for your divorce, wait till your divorce is done and y'all split the property and all that stuff. And then, and I really feel like if a person is really for you and they come into your life at the time and you're going through that, that they should be like, you know what? I respect you and I want to be with you, but I want you to get your situation straight. Or you should be like, hey, I really like you and I want to get to know you and things like that, but I want to do it the right way, because it's important to me that when the smoke clears that you trust me, right? Because what ends up happening is when a person takes you like that, as soon as you guys get off the honeymoon phase and you guys start having problems, because all relationships do have problems at some point, just about having the right tools to work out those problems. Now this person doesn't trust you because they realize that they think that you might be moving the same way that you were moving when you were married to the first person. So that's why it's not worth it, bro. Like, I was just